Hello and welcome back. In between recordings, I have just driven the Scout 800 back. I hit this watchtower because we've discovered most of the things, and then I picked up this task, the rock slides task, struck trailer and drainage on my way back to put some all-terrain tires on. And there's this upgrade. This is a raised suspension for the CK1500. As you can see, I'm still kind of keeping this to a narrow path. This is just supposed to be essentially a quick start guide. But I figured we'd start by doing the place beyond the spruces. It's easy XP and easy money. And so I thought it'd just be something worth not passing up. The nice thing about the Scout 800 is, unlike the CK, you can put 35-inch tires on it right off the bat. The CK needs its raised suspension for 35s and for its top tire size 39. The Scout 800 only needs it for its top tire size. It is useful. So I put all-terrains on here just simply because they were cheaper than the JAT off-roads. And unfortunately, there are no JAT all-terrains for Scouts, at least that I know of, so. And besides, I kind of wanted to keep this a non-DLC quick start guide so anybody can use it. So, that's what we're doing, just getting some easy XP with a watchtower and a task. And now that we have all-terrain tires, we should be able to do some other stuff that I really wouldn't want to do if I was still rocking highway tires. And so that's the job we're going to do. And we'll just get this watchtower for the XP. And there are several ways to get up to that top, but here's one of them. You could argue this is probably the safer of the two ways. There's another place where you can start climbing after you go up and over on that small dirt track. The thing is, there's a tip hazard if you do it that way, so it's probably better to do it this way. And here's the one spot where you could make an argument for all-terrains with a good rating off-road instead of mud, is right here climbing this little hill, but you got a wind, so it's not the worst thing, but I just thought I'd point it out that in the past I have been tempted on this map, and you could argue also on, say, Wisconsin, that there could be an argument for buying the all-terrain tires that have the good off-road instead of mud. It's more for the lighter Scouts than anything else. It's just something I thought I'd point out. As you can see, with our winch, we got up here. And most of the time, going with the all-terrains that are good in mud is meta for a reason. It works. And so, just thought I'd mention that. As you can see, still gotta be a little careful because you are sliding around a little bit. But that's about it. Mainly, I just want to get off-road tires before I start delivering stuff. And so that's kind of why I'm just trying to do one of these easy XP tasks that is basically drive to a location. The Scout 800, in my experience, is relatively stable. It's only really when you put in the raised suspension and the top tire size and the roof rack that you have to start worrying about tipping. So as you can see, it's relatively stable if you know what you're doing. So, now let's go. Now what we could do is come down here and start drainage. In fact, that's actually what we're going to do because that's in the way we need to go. Just visit 3 different spots. Got a little nice chair and a barbecue up here. Oops. Now, see, you come through that little valley, and then as you turn, there's a tip over risk, which is why I decided to come up the way I did. Alternately, what you could do is you could come past here to maybe this little level spot, and then turn around if you didn't want to roll. Okay. Well, at least this isn't boring, and the whip, see if we can increase strong enough to save us. And no, nope, no, and we don't have an autonomous width. Oh. Okay, well, I guess this is stuck here for a little while because I don't have a lot of money. So I guess we're going to go to the GMC and do another easy job and pick up the race suspension for the 2070 Fleet Star while we're at it. And as you can see, the struggles of the highway tire life. This is one of the reasons why I'd have you start with the Kodiak C70 outside the garage. It's because having only a single axle in the rear, you wouldn't really have the slippage issues I'm having here with all your rear weight focusing on one axle instead of two, making it a slightly better starter than this. The game developers just gave the 2070 its all-wheel drive upgrade is basically the way around this moment. It does work. It's just something to know. Also to remember is this crossing right here is rock, so you don't have to worry about mud. So here on our way, we'll just get this upgrade, and you want to do this job as soon as you can because it makes your life so much easier. So it's something I recommend doing right at the beginning if you can help it. And hooray! Now let's go get some materials and actually go clear the rock side on the road to Smithfield Dam. trying to minimize the backtracking here. I'm going to do a little more stuff with scouts, but right now, there's a few things that need to be done with the big trucks. And you can kind of do them, but this is where I wish the beginning of the game was slightly better designed. And that there was a little more focus, at least at the beginning, until you get to all-terrain tires on some medium-duty vehicle gameplay. But anyway, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. And that way, the only reason you have to use highway trucks is for making on-highway deliveries, if you want to. But anyway. Now, interestingly, I went to put a snorkel on this, and just kind of as a further sign that they hadn't really figured out level requirements yet, the small snorkel for this is level locked to driver rank 11. I can understand the tall snorkel being level locked, but it always surprises me. And today you'd also have the roof rack locked, but since this is the very beginning, this vehicle for some reason doesn't have its roof rack locked. So, this is kind of one of the interesting things. It's just kind of the figuring out the trial as we go. We're on our way to get the engine upgrade that we can use in a number of trucks. I saw this interesting video, and if I remember, I'll link it in the beginning about a unique way to start hard mode, which is interesting. I'm not necessarily going to follow it, but I thought it would be interesting viewing for those interested. Me, I just did the standard, bring the service trailer over, hook it to the 2070, and repair the 2070. That's the route I took, although sometimes I've just put it in the garage and paid the repair fee, so the trailer's fully stocked for getting the White Western Star on Smithville Dam, but you can also do that other way, so I just opted for convenience sake to just use the trailer outside the garage. Now we're coming up on some things I want to talk about, just kind of as warnings here while we're getting some upgrades, and that's this corner coming up here. You want to cut it. It's a little hard to see, but if you're a veteran paler, you notice how the mud gets darker here. This is somewhat of a mini mud trap for the unwary driver, so I just thought I'd point it out. And okay, now we're going to go get, I believe it's a gearbox upgrade for scout vehicles. It's kind of up here in this little corner area. But it's relatively easy to get. This shouldn't be hard. We're in a vehicle that can handle it, basically, because I have big enough tires. And then we should be, oh, okay, I'm a little off. Let's go this way. Oh, one other note, when you're coming to get this upgrade, I found this out the hard way. There is a little bit of really soft ground that if you stop, you will sink into. Found that out with the 2070 on another file. Wait, where? Okay, it's about right here is where the upgrade is, but yeah, this little area here is deceptively soft, so be careful. Yeah, when you stand here, it looks like innocent. Oh, that's grass that's compacted ground. I'll show you. Oh, we're already starting to sink a little here, but I'll show you after I get this upgrade. Good, and that's the Scout off-road gearbox. That is useful. But yeah, I was driving the 2070 to get this upgrade, and I came in from this direction because I didn't expect there to be an issue here, but I just thought I'd show this off. Just kind of as a heads up, because it looks like a safe place. Uh-huh. So, just a heads up about this little area. I just kind of found this little area and I thought I'd point it out. Also, coming up here is another thing you need to be careful of. What happened was I was using the GMC MH9500 to haul the construction rig semi-trailer to the island, and it was working well. But there's a little trick at one of the intersections that I thought I'd point out. And that's if you make a left turn towards the island, the trailer will beach, so you have to make a right turn, which can obviously cause a problem. Now, my mistake doing that was, again, thinking that another area that looked firm, well, it wasn't. And that's this area. It kind of looks like it should be firm, and it isn't. I hit this tree right in front of me, thinking I'd push it out of the way. It didn't. I came to a stop, and the trailer sunk. This was before the heavy crane buff, so I don't know if the heavy crane could have picked it up now. But it was basically stuck here until I got the P60. What I should have done was come right, and then back up past the intersection, and then make another right onto that road. And then I could make a backing up left turn to get the trailer over this little gradient and deliver it to the island. So just kind of a word of warning there. So let's go get that engine upgrade, and then I think we'll go from there. Anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it, and thank you for watching.